Hi, honey. How are you?
Oh, good. How are you?
I'm good. I been looking forward to talking to you, and I got double booked. So why is this not working? I'm supposed to be in the middle of a podcast right now. Um, I and I actually wanted to have you come onto the podcast because I would love everybody to learn more about you and what you're doing and your services because a lot of the people that we're working with would absolutely benefit from who you are and what you do. So
Okay.
that's a whole other I don't know if you want to jump on right now. We can have the whole conversation now. I know we're going to talk about so here's the other piece. We're almost done the oil and gas fund. It's done on the 30th. So um which will be as when we've crossed that finish line, then I'll have definitive numbers for you to talk about that with all the other um partners in on this so that we can like now make the decision and then get all the stuff done. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, I got you.
So can I give you the link to the podcast right now so you can come on and I can actually share who you are with all the people? Are you good with that?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's do it.
You're amazing. Everyone's gonna love you. Where's my hold on. Here's
Okay.
my link. 2 seconds. Hello tech challenges because this is super fun. Copy. Here we go. Do you want me to text it to you or just put it in the chat right here?
Oh, you can put it in chat. Let's do that.
Could figure that out. That'd be awesome. Where's the chat function? Here we go. Chat. Okay. Okay. You should be able to. Do you see it in the Google chat?
Yep.
Okay,
Got it.
cool. Awesome. We'll see you there in just a sec.
Okay.
Okay. Bye, love.
Bye.
I'm gonna mute Alexa. Alexa, stop. December 11th, can we go to a Halloween party? Holiday party?
Uh, yeah, what time?
Uh, what day is that? Thursday?
Yeah.
Um, it's gonna be probably around 5 or 6, I imagine. So you get my number in there.
Okay.
6 o'clock and 9 o'clock. It's gonna be over at Paradise Valley at the Mountain Shadows Resort. There's the info right there.
Can you forward that to me? Grab it all or screenshot it?
Screenshot it. Good morning, everyone. Welcome into the deal room on a Monday. Catherine's always worried that we're not professional enough to be in front of y'all. And I keep telling her that none of y'all are paying us, so it doesn't matter. We're just going to keep struggling until we make some money, and then we can go professional. But until then, we're going to appear like amateurs, and that's been your warning for today. Well, PSA. I feel better now. How about you? Wow. So this is the deal room. We are modifying the format as we go. We've been doing this since January, and we've ended up having to modify the format 5 or 6 times to keep people interested, engaged, and working with it. And the Landshark Mastermind has been amazingly growing due to the fact that we continue to modify how we're doing it. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to talk every single day about our specific topic of the day. I love when the desk amazingly rises, like we're magical. You know, we're in the what is that?
Everybody wants a standing desk.
Fantasia.
Yeah. Everybody thinks I have magic wands, so might as well
She
use
does.
them.
We're getting Laura, we found a magic wand that actually shoots fireballs.
Oh, it totally does. It's a Harry Potter wand that shoots fire.
We're going pyrotechnic up in this state.
I want wine. We have Irina on with us, which I'm really excited. I don't think you've met Irina yet.
No, absolutely.
So,
So what we're
yeah.
gonna do is we're gonna switch up format. We're actually gonna do a little bit to that today because my Harry Potter over here is like, oh, I got double booked today. So guess what we're gonna do? So here we are, double
So
booked
popular.
and running a podcast while we're doing some calls. But Irina is actually what we're gonna call our honorary sponsor for the day, and she's gonna tell us about what she does, how she does it, what she does with it, and then how that can help us at the Landshark Mastermind and real estate, commercial, industrial development, and understand that like it's not just about going out and investing in property, it's investing in people and relationships, because you never know who you need when you need them. And when they come up and you need them, it's good that you know somebody who does know what you need done. And I sound like Dr. Sis. I'm gonna turn it over to Kevin.
So, Irina, gosh, we met, it's been a couple years, I have to say. And what you do is a really important part of all the relationships and the fun part. I feel like you bring the fun to the party. Uh, so I'd love to have you just share with everybody who you are, what you do, and how they can find you.
Sure. So my name is Irina Fisher. I am the founder of Avarista. Avarista, I'll give you the backstory on the name itself. So my original partner, who has now retired, doing well for herself. Our daughters' names are Avery is my daughter, Trista is her daughter. And so we wanted a
Aw.
business that brought our two little ladies together, and that's where Avarista comes from.
Love
So,
that.
all right, it's a little bit, little family in there. So at Avarista, we are brand strategists at the foundation. Excuse me. But in the history of the company that started in 2004, we really learned that there is brand strategy, and then there is the partnership strategy and referral strategy, and understanding the buyer's journey and the increase in touch points that it takes to convert our buyers. And so with us, we want to help our clients understand that those touch points, even if it's a virtual world, your webinars, there should be some physical touch points within to not only help that connection take place that you might lose from virtual, but also show your true gratitude to your clients and to your customers, and connect in with them in a way where they feel like you're giving because you value the partnership rather than asking and taking.
Right.
So the message behind that is really our give, ask strategy. So you're giving gifts, you're showing gratitude, you're doing that with branded items, right? So that they can increase not only your brand awareness, but it gives an easy way for customers and clients to organically talk about you. And then when you do ask them for referrals or ask them for, upsells, it doesn't feel like they're just doing it. It's almost reciprocity in
Right.
you have given to them, and they feel like, more of a connection and value in what you're offering them to give back to you.
I love that. So, a couple of things. So you and I had a call this morning because we're talking about the oil and gas fund, which we're wrapping that up here in the next couple of days, which I'm excited about. And the bigger one I actually wanted to talk to you about yesterday, we were out at a really cool, I don't know what to call it. Like it's not a flea market, it's not an art show. It's just this giant store that
It's an indoor flea market in Scottsdale that's super hoity-toity.
but somebody had one of the coolest things I've ever seen, and it was dog treats in this bag, and it said something to the effect of
Every bag of bones adopts a pet.
yeah.
And so basically saying that like all these dog biscuits are every time every time you buy a dog biscuit bag of dog biscuits, you're going to help the adoption of a pet from SPCA. And we all know how great that is, right?
Yeah.
And this is something that we went through, and it says This bag goes to a shelter dog.
Yeah, that's what it was. So I took a
So-
picture of it. So my thought was Black Trash Bag Day for the
Mhm.
adoption kids. So then we came across another one, another booth. It had all pickleball
It's
stuff.
pickleball stuff, and you know what happens when she's around pickleball, her brain gets pickled.
Yep.
She goes all green.
So what if we had like a black trash bag with pickleballs in it? But then the whole point is that that bag helps another child get
When
adopted.
they buy the bag of pickleballs out of the like just having literally the branding is a black trash bag that says buying this bag of pickleballs adopts one child or helps one foster child or goes to a foster child. And when they buy the bag, like all the proceeds from that go to the child. So we can find the pickleball manufacturer and we can create recreate this type of thing with the pickleballs, but we can do it with just about anything. But the pickleballs was kind of the idea that buying a bag of pickleballs helps one child get adopted type of thing. So, um,
Yeah, you could do that. I mean, you also have, so what's great about our company and our history in this industry is that we have connections with vetted vendors, right? Because you're going to go and you can just Google anything you want. You're going to find people that do it. Do they do it well? Do they actually do it? Right? You put
Right.
anything you want, you take a payment, and now they're gone. So a lot of times there's many clients that feel like you do, where, okay, now we have to go find a pickleball manufacturer to get our idea to them so that then we can develop this bag so that we can do this, right? So the beauty in what we do is we handle all of those types of unique ideas. We take it from your concept, we understand your vision, and then we go out and do that for you.
Yeah.
So then you move on to the next great idea you're doing instead of Googling and trying to figure out who you can trust to do these things.
Right.
So it's a
So
great idea, and we could make that concept come to life.
yeah, because I want it to be an emotional, like when they touch that black trash bag, like to have the people understand this is what these kids that age out, what they have to put their belongings into, and what if we could actually change that? And given that I love pickleball, and given how popular pickleball is, I don't
Mhm.
know. I don't know if it all fits, but those were
I
our
think we got like
harebrained ideas.
14 different segmented opportunities with that idea, and Catherine likes to put them all into one cookie. I know this is how the
Why?
this is how the
That's
everything
a typical
bagel.
cook.
This is why the everything bagel is a real thing. She's
Where
like,
you
I would
don't
love a
cook?
cheddar
Does
bacon,
it-
onion, pumpernickel. Like she just starts reading them all. And the guy behind the counter is like, make everything, just put it all on there as her. And that became a thing. So
But
So
see, but
Irina,
that's the catalyst. That's the catalyst for a national phenomenon.
yeah,
exactly. Like she
love
invents
it.
lottery tickets. I don't know.
See, I
So
think too
Laura,
that you could take that a step further, Catherine, with the black bag idea. And so you manufacture the black bag itself with the branding on it. And then, dependent on the audience that you're speaking to, what's going to motivate them, you put into the black bag. So if you're in a community event or you're at an event like that where it's, there's animals involved, then the messaging is still going to be the same messaging, right? But you can generalize that messaging.
right,
So, right, so there's the message on it, and then we can put whatever we want in it. But whatever goes in it should also be branded. So the
Right.
pickleballs should be branded.
right.
Well, when you mentioned about like the gifts type of thing, I worked at several stadiums across the country for a company called Safe, and we would always do the door the door gifts when they walk in the door, fan
Mhm.
appreciation stuff, and I know how to get into the stadium to get those things there. Right. And that's how typically a lot of sponsors at the stadium get branding is they jump in on the free gift. We'll give you a
Yes.
bobblehead of your favorite player sponsored by, and it's on the gift.
Right.
Right. So it's Papa John's Pizza or it's Arrowhead Stadium, whatever, they're going to put their thing on it.
Yep.
So those types of things again are the things that we again want to know who that knows how and
So, a couple of connections, Laura and Irina. I'd love for you to connect. So, Irina is Laura's part of the oil and gas. So, Laura, if you could coordinate with Irina, because after we're closing this out, those gifts are going to go out to those investors.
Okay.
So, any investors wanting some gifts, you've got 2 more days to invest in the oil and gas fund. It's gonna be amazing. We're adding commas to bank accounts, 80% tax depreciation, and then of course fun gifts. The other person I actually wanted to introduce you to, she's here. She isn't on the screen. I've been trying to bring her onto the screen. Her name is Amor. One of the most extraordinary human beings. I mean, everybody here is extraordinary. I realize I only have extraordinary human beings around me. So Amor is and if she can come on, that would be awesome.
You just said hi in the chat, so
Okay. So I want you to connect with her. So Amor, if you could, oh, she's coming on. Yay! There she is.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry. I thought it was a mistake because I was like,
No, I
what?
want you here.
Come on. So I was like, oh, let
she's
me
like, I don't want to be a
anything.
panelist.
So Amor, Irina, I'm super excited to introduce you to. So Amor, again, because I don't cook and I don't even plan events, Amor is planning our very first in-person Wealth Wise Women event.
Yay!
So it's going to be at a
Nice.
it's going to be at an actual studio, so it's all going to be filmed, recorded, the whole thing. It's going to be amazing.
Yes.
So that's Amora's, like, her genius is creating the most beautiful, extraordinary events I've ever been to. I've been to a lot of conferences, like, but hers to the top, like, she nailed it. Anyway,
Thank you.
so
I want to come.
you two,
Yes.
of course you're going to be there.
Of course.
So you two need to connect because we need all the fun things for all the amazing women.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I'm connecting all the dots right here. So this being double booked was so perfect, right?
Isn't it?
Okay, we need to start talking about deals because
Okay, Irene, I see your number, so I'll just text you.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Oh.
Sounds great.
So, Tommy actually pointed out, so Wealth Wise Women, if everybody wants to know right now, so block it out on your calendar. It is April 17th, 18th, 19th. It's going to be in San Diego. There's only 75 spots available because the studio that we're going to be in can only fit that many butts. So we're going to be getting tickets and everything ready, but Amor, she is the magic behind all of it, actually making it happen. Because if we left it up to me, yeah.
Well,
Sorry.
what's funny is
Right? Amor, that's the perfect,
Amor,
like,
I'm more ready for this. You and I are gonna have to talk later and get on a call because she double booked.
Okay,
She
yes.
double booked an event with us for Opportunity Zone development on the 15th and 16th and 17th. So
the
somehow,
whole book.
yeah, she did.
No, this was first. Then you told me.
No,
about
no,
Opportunity.
negatory, sweetheart.
I'm
I
sorry.
think- I think we're gonna do Opportunity Zone at that studio and then Wealth Wise Women right after.
Because we have
Okay, that's perfect.
We're looking at Opportunity Zone development. And again, thank you for coming on the podcast today. I want to kind of just circle back at what everything is here. This is the Deal Room by Deal Hunter. And it is not turned into a Wealth Wise Women seminar. I promise. That is definitely a great thing. However, this is not that podcast nor that time slot. So, but it's obvious we need one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So
That'd
we'll
be
be
smart.
we'll be cranking that up.
That'd be wise.
Putting her in front of a camera all day is definitely what needs to happen. Like, I mean, I don't know about you, but I grew up on Days of Our Lives. This is Days of Our Oh My Gods. So, right. I love it. I love living this lifestyle. It's amazing.
Amazing.
It is. It's so amazing. Anyway, the Landshark Mastermind is what we're behind. It was put together by myself and my two partners, Dr. Ning Young Chan and Roman Rubio. And what we're actually just experts in what we do. And then we got together to invest in real estate and help others learn how to invest in real estate. Right. So being a genius in something gives you the opportunity and the ability to be kind of like our honorary doctor, Catherine Bell, who sponsors us. We have a like-minded interest in development. Her favorite thing is leaving all people, property, and communities better than she found them. And ours at Landshark Mastermind is, do you remember? On the spot?
Diving for dollars.
Diving for that. I love it. She's just diving for compliments. Our mission, purpose, and focus in the Landshark Mastermind was to develop morally and ethically in the path of progress ahead of Wall Street and corrupt governments.
That's a lot of words. Okay. So
But
Irene, I want you to be thinking about this because we need all the things for Landshark Mastermind to be promoting all this.
Right, but it goes along with the fact that we are synonymous with each other and what our goals are. And so that's why the sponsorship from Titan Impact Group to the Landshark Mastermind Deal Room has been important. We are not doing your script this morning. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
We already off of that. Skip to the next one. We usually have this script that let's do it because the girls are looking like, no, we're missing out. Go ahead, pull it back up. We're going to do our official opening now at
gonna do it?
halfway through the show.
I'm gonna do it.
Ready?
Well, because he goes back and he edits the whole thing anyway. So
I
he
do
can like
edit
take
everything.
this and put it in the front.
I'll just end up moving it. Go ahead.
Are you ready? Okay, so good morning, deal hunters, and welcome to Residential Monday in the Deal Room. I'm Catherine Bell, CEO of Titan Impact Group.
And I'm Tommy D. And today we're jumping into the bread and butter of real estate, residential deals. That build portfolios, build cash flow, and then they build long-term wealth.
So we'll be covering flips, spurs, rentals, and everything in between with real numbers, real analysis, and real strategy.
And we're not just teaching theory. These are live deals from real estate investors, real investors making real moves in today's markets.
Also, it's November, which means that we're showing up for something bigger than business. It's National Adoption Awareness Month.
And $555 donation to chosenforever.org ends a trash bag day for a foster child. Let's give these kids a shot of dignity. A shot at dignity. Oh.
And for accredited investors, it's your last chance. The oil and gas fund closes November 30th and comes with an 80% tax depreciation. So make sure you go to catherinebell.ai to learn more.
And don't forget, we're live every weekday, 9 a.m. sharp. You can jump in now and join us live over at meetcatherinebell.com and register there. Let's learn, network, and deal hunt. All right.
There you go.
Good job.
Okay.
High five.
Happy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good job. High five.
Do this. I sweat underneath this armpit, like all the way through that. all the
Only
time.
that one?
Only
The other
this one. Not this one. This one
Okay.
dry. This one wet. I could literally be my own.
Power surges.
I could.
Okay. So let's do some residential. So Irina, happy to have you here if you want to stay. I'm just super happy to get you connected to Amora and Laura. And we're going to dive in. We're going to dive for dollars.
We're going to talk about diving for dollars because we have another person coming on here pretty soon. And this is what I was talking about, modifying the format. Right now, it's Mondays are residential, Tuesdays are commercial, Wednesdays we do land deals, Thursdays we talk about industrial deals, and Friday we basically go into opportunity zones. What we do is we utilize catherinebell.ai. The way that AI has been able to help us is we've developed what's called Deal Hunter by Landshark. And Deal Hunter by Landshark is a chat GPT. It is a generative GPT that helps us and provides us with the opportunity to do due diligence on properties and real estate investments at 60 to 80% efficiency, more so than we ever did before. So what we did was we developed an AI model called Deal Hunter by Landshark. And what we were able to do, I don't know where here it is, Explorer. Yeah. If you go into Explorer and you can see on the screen, it gives you this search GPTs option right here. And when you go to search GPTs, if you just type in Deal Hunter by Landshark, you'll pull up the Deal Hunter AI tool or model that we developed in order to do real estate investing. It's got my 30 years of experience as a developer. It's got the experience from over 600 conversations right now with commercial real estate developers, residential, etc. So what we do, this is where the modifying is coming in. We've got so many people with deals. We wrote $23 million in contracts last week. So when we're looking at expanding that up that high, the members of Landshark Mastermind, one of them just popped in, Hoy, for example, he started investing right away. We ran his deal through Deal Hunter and it instantly started bringing him returns this month. And so, and the reason why we were able to do that was because we put everything together through AI. We let AI do all the baby steps. And you like to say the tortoise and the hare. Hi, I'm the hare
I'm the tortoise,
and you're the tortoise.
taking a million baby steps to get where I'm at.
And what I do is I take a million fast steps. Okay, if you ever danced with me, you'd understand. So I can move these two little feet faster than hell, but they're still about the same space apart as yours, right? And so what ends up happening is you can move as slow as you want to, I can move as fast as I want to, but if we're on a team together, we're only going to go as far as the slowest one, right? So my feet might be just sitting there spinning basically, right? When we developed this AI, what it allowed us to do is kind of bring us to a common ground where we were looking at it with two sets of eyes but one brain, and we're able to see, okay, the numbers, look at the numbers, and numbers tell you what to do. Boom, here they are.
Right.
While we can make decisions, we can make choices, we can put things under contract and move faster than a snail's pace, which is what I felt like I was doing before I got an AI.
Right.
And this is just how real estate investment teams work. They go and hire more people to do the work. If you wanted to add commas to your bank account, you had to go add people to your team.
Right.
And for what? So they could do all the footwork, right? Because that's really what we're talking about. Deal Hunter by Landshark eliminates all that footwork. As a matter of fact, we'll start a conversation here. I'm going to say, good morning, Landshark. Let's talk about all of the things that you can do to eliminate footwork for real estate investors. What type of professional acts and services can you provide us through this generative GPT system that would help us as real estate investors? Explain to us how you were built and why. So while it's thinking about that and going to put that together, what I want to do is I want to see if Hoy's in here.
He is.
Hoy, did you get that email yet from Dr. Ning Young Chan?
Yes, I did.
Awesome. And so Ning Young Chan is a broker that's working with us on doing a property that Hoy is going to wholesale. Hoy's put this property under contract because it's a mix, and today's being residential. This is a property that Catherine and I went out and looked at. It's got commercial and residential on the same property. And so unfortunately, it's been a nightmare to get underwriting on it because it's a mixed use, and banks don't like to buy residential with commercial on it, or they don't like to buy commercial with residential on it. So it's literally been just a what we call a nightmare. So we've got it under contract. Hoy's got it under contract. We're going to wholesale that to another developer who's able to get the funding on that. And then what we're going to be able to do is divide this property and make it all commercial. We're going to turn the residential into commercial. And how we're going to do that is because it's behind a retail store, we're going to make the spot behind the retail store an office. Like, this is what the original owner should have done years ago, but because she wanted to live on the property and didn't understand deal structure like we can do with Deal Hunter.
So here's a piece of like why it's so difficult for this woman who's had this property. It's been for sale for what, 3 years.
I've had it under contract for 3 years, 7 times.
So is because she didn't have the end in mind. So whenever we're doing deals, we need to keep start with the end in mind and then build your way back. And so that's a piece of why I love Deal Hunter, is because it literally starts you with the end in mind and then gives you options of like, okay, if this is where you are, this is where you want to go, here's your options to actually get there. She didn't have the end in mind, which is why she's had such a painful amount of time, difficult time trying to sell this property.
Yeah, she started at $1.9 million, and the contract is what now, Hoy?
600 to 700 around there.
I think it's 725.
Crazy.
I think
Wow.
that's where we counter offered. We did a 6-round counter offer with her this
So
time.
that's a $1.2 million drop
Wow.
because she didn't start with the end in mind, and it's the whole property is so screwed up.
And here's where leaving every person, community, and property, in my mind, has to be like divided up, because I've
Yeah.
tried to work with this woman.
Right.
I've tried to say, let me put it under contract for the full price. Just give me the property until I can get it divided and stabilized. And this is where we're going to make our money back, is by stabilizing this property. All I need to do is go fill out forms at the county, pay about $20,000 for them to rezone it to be all commercial. And then we're going to make it all commercial, and it will now be able to get appraised as a commercial property, zoned commercial. And with that appraisal, it'll go up in price back up to the $1.9 million. Actually, it'll go to $3 million because there's several other things on the property she's just kind of let go to waste. She's got 3 gray shell units over 2,400 square foot of building that's just sitting there dilapidated. It needs
Wow.
it needs a new roof and a paint job, and it'll be worth $9 a square foot. So, on a lease. And so we have the opportunity to go in there right now for under $800,000. We can get the property stabilized and make it worth 3 million. So, and that's what we did, through Deal Hunter, and discovered what our options were there simply because of how difficult it was to commandeer the property. So, every time I tried to get a lender out there to loan on it, they would tell me no. There was other issues, like there's a gas tank in the ground out there that has a certification, but certain banks won't. They're like gas station, they back away. So I literally have to subdivide the property and make that gas station its own lot to clear the title of all the rest of them. So thank you, Irina, for coming in. Make sure that you get with Laura, and we'll see you guys soon. Catherine stepped out to take another call. There's an investor she's going to be checking in on right now, to bring him back in. And then we may be going off to talk with her a minute, but real quickly, back over to the Deal Hunter. What it said here, why it was built was to dramatically reduce the time, the guesswork, and the friction that real estate investors face when sourcing, analyzing, and financing deals. So the how it was built was using real estate fundamentals, advanced financial models, market research methods, legal and municipal processes, and business investment planning. Like, I put all this into it when we built it, as the ability for it to go and do, go do the things it took me 2 to 3 days to do. This thing doesn't have ADD or ADHD. It goes out, gets it done, comes back. It doesn't get sidetracked along the way. So, and then as far as eliminating footwork, it can do deal discovery, deal analysis, bankable documents, funding strategies, creative financing, due diligence support, custom action plans, et cetera, et cetera. So you don't need a team of analysts, a lender whisperer, a secret wizard, spreadsheet wizard. I got one. Her name's Catherine, but it's hard to get her tied down to anything. She like squirrels and Labradors with her. And then document specialists, like that's basically saying a lawyer. I can basically create all my documents, send them to a lawyer, and then the lawyer says, "Yep, those look good." That cost me 500 versus 5,000. When you let the lawyer write everything up, it costs you money. When you write it up and then let the lawyer approve it, it doesn't cost you anything. So, but now let's see. Looks like she's in that meeting, and I don't know if she'll be coming back. And anyway, Hoy, what I was thinking, we've got to go and inspect that property by Friday and send in the earnest deposit money by Friday. It looks like you're frozen, I think. I think all y'all are frozen.
No. Can you hear me?
I hear you now. Yep, there you are.
Hoy
Hoy's-
is definitely frozen. Oh, there he
Hoy's
goes.
locked up. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Okay, there you are. You either are very good at Picasso or you got stuck. So, and Picasso, I mean like, so
Still art.
yeah, still art. But anyway, so yeah, we wanted to, we've got several people looking at this as an opportunity to fund it. We've got a shortened period of time to close on it, but I've got 3 banks I've got to send out the information to, and we're going to try to get it acquired through a bank and back and supported with an equity fund. So we got or a convertible note fund, basically. It's a small syndication of investors. So we're going to go get the $800,000 loan from the commercial bank that is buying the store, because we're making them a promise that we'll have this thing divided within 6 months. But I've got to send them the package on that. They're going to take and review the package and see if we can get funding on it within the next 30 days. We've got 3 banks to send this to. And then I've got about a dozen, maybe more. We're building this list of investors who might come in and back it with an investment of $50,000 to $100,000. And then we're going to be able to have the convertible note fund pay the pay the commercial bank back. And so we'll then switch from paying a mortgage over to paying investors. And so, and it just, one hand washes, or one thing goes to the other column. That's all that is. So we'll be getting that income based on the fact that the store, the laundromat and all that will not be shutting down. And as a matter of fact, we're going to start off, the first thing we do out there is we're going to start advertising for 1 month about an auction at the end of January where people can come out and buy everything in the hardware store, and we're going to liquidate the entire hardware store. So that way we can get attention out there. We can get people to come out there. We're going to have a mini event with it. I'll have some people with ponies come out so kids can ride ponies. We'll just, auctions where I come from are like miniature carnivals. And you don't necessarily use an auction to make money. You use an auction to announce the next thing coming to town. And so what we're going to be announcing is that there's going to be a bait and tackle shop out there and a boat shop right down the road from the lake, something that doesn't exist at all out there. Like they have zero place to buy worms and minnows for a fishing lake 20 minutes up the road.
Mhm.
So what we'll be doing at the end of January with the property is having the auction, announcing the boat shop and all that. And by then we should have the property stabilized with the um, uh, um, proper zoning and splitting it. And then we will then get the commercial appraisal done on it so that we can then come back and pay back our investors all their principal. And the investors will get their principal back, and then we're just paying them returns until we get it until their term is up. So when their term is up, we won't have to pay them back the principal. It'll already be paid back. And then basically we just stop paying interest. We stop paying them their interest, because after 5 years they've already been paid back the principal. We just got to finish paying back the interest, and then we're done.
Mhm.
So, and then the property's debt free and equity free. And then we can then get ready to sell it for the $3 million. Well, we have the refinance loan, but that refinance loan would be covered basically by the sale of the property to the next equity fund, which is what we're actually buying it to do, is get it ready and stabilized for future development by a qualified opportunity zone fund. So Roman and myself are opportunity zone advisors, and we've been doing development since 2022 on this stuff. Program started in 2018. So and by the grace of God, we were given the extension and codification of it in 2024 when Trump signed the One Big Beautiful Bill Act into extension or perpetuity. And so the perpetuity of that is so that now we can utilize the ability to go into low income and moderate income areas and build those economic development programs into the communities. So with this one, we're looking at taking the town of Wendon from 497 people to 5,000 people. And we know that that's possible to 10x their population, just based on the fact that we already know that based on Arizona Department of Transportation records, there's been several developments planned or proposed along the same highway that this property sits on. So using Deal Hunter, we were able to go in and identify that. So I don't think Catherine's coming back. So I'm going to go over, we're in Deal Hunter, and today is a residential day. So what we're going to start doing, because now we're at we're at 940. I don't think she has it in here. What we're going to do is we're going to use our real estate investment virtual executive board. This is a project folder that we created. And as part of being a member of the Landshark Mastermind, it's a program folder we give to all of our members so that they can have their own virtual executive board to help them make decisions and come up with ideas on how to stay a smart investor. This was something that was designed and instituted by Catherine Bell, and she's helped us figure out how to create these things. So we utilize it as such. One of the things we have is the ability to add files and build the knowledge base of it. And so in here is our member board profiles. And then we've also got we've got a plan of Phoenix 2025. This is a city map of the area. This is city council information about a plan in Phoenix. And so these particular PDFs are regarding a project that we've already investigated. And from there, analysis of this property shows us that what we can do is when we plug in a property, for example, this 9424 9th Avenue in Phoenix, all we did was copy and paste in here a message from a wholesaler. And that message from the wholesaler provided us with all this wonderful information to consider. And then what we did was we put it in Deal Hunter and we said, run this deal. And when it ran the deal, it provided us with even more details. And we brought it to our executive board and said, here, check it out. And the executive board was able to take a look at it. Now, here's who our executive board consists of. Good morning, Corey. Glad to see you made it in.
Good morning.
So here on our executive board, we've got Grant Cardone, who is, everyone knows is Uncle Grant usually. He's into scales and sales. Like he's the $1 billion guy. He gives his opinion on this property as from that mindset. So when this was built, the Grant Cardone mindset sits on our board. Not necessarily the guy, but the way the guy thinks, the way the guy acts. I've read every book he wrote. I've utilized it. Like, can't say I'd ever go like play golf with the guy, but I would definitely do deals with him because he's smart. But what I do know is that like the way he likes to make money, the way I like to make money, I have to think more like him in order to get where I want to be, not necessarily to be like him. So using his mindset helps answer questions that I'm unable to come up with by myself. Now, the next guy is somebody I would model myself after, and that's Robert Kiyosaki. He wrote the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. So the key here is we used people that have a public profile, which makes it legal to do because they're public profiles. These are famous people. Pace Morby, Cody Sanchez, Catherine Bell, burp, burp, right? Steve Tran, and Gary Keller. These are all people that wrote books. They promote themselves. They're coaches. They're real life coaches. And so what we did was we put their personalities into our virtual board, and what they're able to come back with is what their virtual personality would then suggest. It asks us questions. It tries to find the difficulties of our deal and pinpoint things in that. And so one of the big things, for example, is like Catherine Bell has this impact narrative storytelling personality or persona. And so what we're doing in this particular property is very much connected to corridor revitalization, owner user empowerment. Even down here where it says, putting a reserve or reserving a percentage of the work for women-owned trades. So she's very much with the Wealthwise women, supportive of women and being able to do all things. And so having a percentage of this project set aside for women-owned property or women-owned contractors, we know several of them, is a way that I can look at this as a developer and go, oh, I like Catherine's idea, and then integrate that, So in the situation where we have deals, what we do is we run these deals through our analyzer, and it comes back and gives us information that we can then use to go out and make executive, formal decisions with. We're not saying that this thing is the glass. What is it, Laura? What are those things that witches use?
Wands.
The ball.
Oh, crystal ball.
Yeah, that thing. This is no crystal ball. Like, we're not trying to see into the future with this. What we're doing is we're eliminating all the footwork necessary to get deals accomplished and done and figured out. So from that, with that, we have taken it a step further in bringing in, other people's ideas and personalities, like our board here, and our board is able to then inject into us the information that we wouldn't otherwise be able to create ourselves. So if I don't have experience in scaling projects like Grant Cardone, having his suggestions is helpful because my brain doesn't expand to that level at that point. Now, reading all his books, it does. And so this kind of, if anything, just eliminates the need to go and listen to all the stuff that he says in order to understand why he thinks the way he thinks. I can just use it. So I love that I read his books. I also understand how he thinks, and I also know that I'm not 100% on board with all the things that he does. So at that point, I'm just going to use what he does well and do it better. And that's something that an old coach taught me was you don't want to try to compete with the worst of your, worst of your competition. Don't look at your competition, see what they do bad and try to do it better. Like that's dumb. That's the opposite. You should see what your competition does good and do that better. That's how you stay above your competition. Trying to do better than their worst project is not going to make you any better than them. It just makes you better at being worse, I guess. That was his mentality. So look at all of
That
the-
weirdly makes sense.
I mean, again, it's like,
It really
you know,
does.
I understood it as soon as he said it because I was like, I've never really looked at my competition and said, well, I'm not going to do that. I always looked and went, oh, look what he did there. I wonder if I can do that better,
Yeah.
you know? And when I see imperfection on a roof, basically like I was a roofing contractor when I was told this, I always, every time I did a roof, I'd get off the roof and look at it and be like, is everything straight? The reason why was because every roofer I know has no idea what straight means. So literally all I had to do was worry about being straight. Right. And then and so I was getting jobs, but then in order to get bigger, better, higher paying jobs, not only I have to make them straight, I had to make them better than straight. Right. I had to make the roof pop. I got to the point where I was like a roofing designer. And then if you like, what is that? Go to an expensive subdivision and go look at roof designs in expensive subdivisions. I was coming up with stuff on roofs that nobody else was thinking of because I was able to get outside the box when I was told, see what your competition does good and do it better. And so I literally quit looking for bad roofs and started looking for really good roofs and said, how can I do that different and better? And so by going out and adding, I don't know if you're familiar with the dimensional style shingles, but before I was a 30-year-old seasoned roofer and retired, all we had were these things called 3-tab shingles. And they were these, they had, it looked like a brick pattern on your roof. That was literally all you had. Prior to that, it was asbestos roofing. So again, people only worried about keeping their roofs dry. When I started in roofing, that was all it was about. By the time I retired from roofing, I had already started 3 different industries in roofing, one of them called TPO. Go look that one up. But basically, we invented hurricane-proof roofs in the state of Florida for industrial buildings by
Wow.
putting rubber mats over the top of the building and then installing those whirly-bird roof vents that you see on the top of a barn. If I put that in the middle of a roof that's covered by a plastic bag, basically, when the wind blows, it sucks that bag down to the roof and it holds the roof to the building and it doesn't blow off.
Mm.
And we knew we were onto something when we put too many roof vents up there, and the hurricane that came through actually collapsed the roof because it caused such a vacuum it ripped the roof inside.
Wow.
And we're like, oops.
Whoops. A little too
Let's
good.
reverse that. Let's figure out how to undo that. So, but I also got into doing what are called dimensional style shingles. And I took that to a whole new level through a company called Elk. Elk was then purchased by GAF, which was my almost like my third exit before I was 30. But Elk shingle manufacturers came up with designs with me that made steep looking roofs that are like this steep. We put decorative shingles on them, and decorative shingles became a thing back in the late 90s and early 2000s because of companies that I started and worked with. So knowing how to think, that's cool, I like it, how can I do it better, is honestly the best advice I was ever given. So that's what I did by starting the AI board. Are we doing something? We're not vetting anybody live today.
Yeah, it's a bigger conversation.
Okay.
It's all good.
It's all good. She says it's all good. Hoy's missing you, Catherine. Come say hi to Hoy.
I'm right here.
He needs his Catherine fix.
Yeah, there you go. And Corey's in here this morning. Say good morning, Corey.
Doing good, Tommy. Kind of got a different shift scheduled this week, so in the middle of some stuff, but I'm here.
Good to see you this morning. I'm glad you're here. So Corey, tell people about Black Canyon Property Solutions if you don't mind, and then Hoy, let's talk about Summit's equity a little bit too.
Yep. I'm Corey. I'm the owner, CEO of Black Canyon Property Solutions, LLC. We're an Arizona local real estate investment company. Right now, we're focusing on land acquisitions and wholesaling. Our future projections are to get into the affordable housing market, do manufactured home land packages, RV parks, mobile home parks, etc. And that's the basic description of our company.
All my favorite things.
There you go. And how about Hoy? Hoy, tell me about what you're doing today with Summits Equity.
Yeah, owner of Summits Equity LLC. Right now, we're doing some hard money lending, being the bank, and we're looking at buying businesses as well.
There we go. There we go. And then Ms. Laura Miller
Sir.
did
Um,
not do the introduction this morning. We just like
Jumped in.
Jumped
the
right
whole
into
girl-
action.
We did the whole girl thing yesterday. Catherine and I had this amazing woman conversation where she talked about stuff over there and I talked about stuff over there, and we both understood and heard each other. It was amazing.
As a
Wow.
man, he totally kept up the whole time. It was awesome.
That's impressive. We
Proof
like
of-
that.
8 years in the nursing industry, sitting behind nursing stations. I know how to speak woman. Okay, I'm just saying.
You speak girl well.
He needed to take a nap after though.
I ate lots of chocolate and I had to watch a little bit of Hallmark television to calm down.
Wow. Okay,
That's
then.
not true. There was no Hallmark television. He actually watched knives being created and designed and
Right.
constructed.
Let's back the truck up. What movie did we watch yesterday? Did you forget what was our movie?
The knife one.
No, before that. We watched Goonies, by the way. She's now officially a Goonie. She first time in her life, she'd never seen Goonies before. I couldn't even believe it.
Yeah, it gave me lots of anxiety, teenagers. Apparently, I still have teenager.
I can't say I've
PTSD.
seen it either. So anyway.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my God.
How can you even live where you live and not see Goonies?
We're squirreling. Okay,
Oh,
let's get back
anyway.
on track.
Please, Laura, introduce yourself.
I watched Wicked yesterday and I'm going to see Wicked for good today.
Oh, I love
I'm
it.
excited. So I'm Laura Miller. I am a longtime real estate investor. I live in the Pacific Northwest. I have a family-owned real estate investment company, 2 generations now. Whoop whoop. And I am focusing lately on creating win-win-win solutions using creative financing. So really looking to connect buyers and sellers through rent to own and really working with the 80% of buyers that are just outside of financing for whatever reason. Life threw them a curveball, and I'm out to create that for people so they get their own piece of the American dream and home ownership and leaving them all better than I found them.
So awesome.
There you go. And actually, Laura, have you actually come up with? Do you have a plan for your everyone should get a house financing plan?
Plan? No, I
Do you
guess
do
not.
it individually, or how do you work it?
Yeah, I do it individually. I'm basically looking for sellers that are willing to, get top dollar for, basically sellers that don't need cash at the closing table. So if they need the cash at the closing table for the next deal, then I'm not a fit for that. But if they're if they own it outright, or they're willing, and there's lots of reasons, right, for estate planning purposes, or they just, in a market that they're willing to wait, and it's a delayed cash sale basically, right? But I can get them more often than not asking, sometimes above asking, because they're willing to wait for it. And then on the buyer side is we do rent to own. So and we work with a third party that will do the whole vetting, background, criminal, all the rest, and generate for them a report that says how long it will take them to get financeable, whether it's
Right.
12 months or 24 months, and then we connect all that. So, and we do it nationwide, and
So that's very cool.
And then Amor, she also does investing.
Yes, good morning, Amor. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself? We're running out of daylight, but I would love to get around to everybody. So I know
Okay.
you're the Cinderella ball thrower for sure. And
Yes, so good.
can really get a party started. Which by the way is one of my favorite party songs. But
Great. Okay.
tell us a little bit about what you're doing in real estate investing and where you're at and how we can help.
Okay, yeah. So I've done some wholesaling. I am about to do a flip. And I think my ultimate dream, though, is I want to create affordable housing for women who have been in abusive relationships. And so I'm trying to stack some cash to be able to support that. Either do through multifamily, some type. I really want to get into commercial somehow, or I also have thought about wholesaling land, which why I have my call later with Catherine because my daughter really wants to help with wholesaling land. So to help pay for her college bill and to also be able to help this with affordable housing. So that's
No,
what
that's
I
great.
want to
That's
talk more
great.
about.
Well, we do. This all started because I'm a dirt dog. I'm a landman. And that was before the TV show became popular.
Nice.
So I'm watching on my Facebook Live because we have like 10 lives going all over. We're kind of like a
Yeah, I
miniature
just saw this
film
side.
studio. It's ridiculous. But literally my very first partner and mentor came in to the show just a minute ago. And he was who I started in commercial real estate back in the day.
Oh,
We took down real estate deals like you wouldn't believe. So 168 listings in less than 12 months.
good.
And did a lot of work on building out three now they're cities that are over 100,000 in population, started with less than 1,000. So we 10x three places down there together, me and that guy right there, Brett Nye.
Awesome.
Nye Commercial Advisors down in Zephyr Hills, Wesley Chapel, Florida. 33541. That's how well I know that.
Okay. So more, we'll talk further about what you're going to be doing. We have that call here in less than an hour.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So we want to wrap up today's show. Always finish it out with a prayer. We say, Heavenly Father, thank you for the blessing of this day and the blessing of this life. And we are able to do things only in your power and your will. So it is that we ask that you bless everyone in this room and all those that we come in contact with, that they may also be doing your will. In your name we pray. Amen. So that's a wrap for Residential Monday. We gave you the strategies, the structures, the mindset to dominate this week.
So residential investing doesn't have to be basic. When you get to do creative financing and funding, exiting, and deal sourcing, it becomes your launching pad.
So join us every weekday, 9 a.m. sharp, maybe 9:05, inside the Landshark Mastermind. Go to landsharkmastermind.com to find the schedule, or go to meetcatherinebell.com and get the calendar link directly in. Where the deals are live, the room is active, and the results are real, ready to go.
So make sure you subscribe to our Deal Hunter YouTube channel for all the replays.
That's at youtube.com at TIG20B.
And so make sure that you're supporting National Adoption Awareness Month at chosenforever.org. $555 changes everything for a foster child.
And don't miss your last chance to lock in the 80% of tax depreciation over at the Oil and Gas Fund. Head over to meetcatherinebell.com, check out the investments, go straight over to the Oil and Gas tab, and click there before November 30th when they close. Let's
So
learn,
network, deal hunt.
All right, that's it today. I appreciate everybody. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Thanks, guys.